Okay, this is something else that I have come to the ultimate realization about. Just another realization that I have come to many different realizations in my life. When you are changing something, or when you have a vision for something in your life, or you are willing to change your whole perspective, your whole view, your whole entire world of how you live, or you're willing to get absolutely honest, or you're going for something, or you're saying I have to change something in my life, and you're someone that has a YouTube channel, or you have some kind of business, or you have some kind of online thing, or you have followers or subscribers or anything that you have, don't ever, ever think that they are going to change with you. Don't ever think that they're going to change with you. Because let me tell you something. When you are the people throughout history that actually changed something, that actually made a difference, that actually influenced people to do something that no one has ever done. They were the lone wolves. They were people that were not popular. They were people that started from the absolute bottom and said, look, I am going to change something here. I'm going to change something. And see, at first, you're not going to have people on board with you. You're not going to have people that understand you. You're not going to have people that support you. You're not going to have people that are really listening to you. They're really not. They might be listening, but they're a lot of people are not going to be willing to be a part of the vision you may have for yourself. And just look at every single person that has ever done something different, or has actually made an impact on this world, or made somebody think different. It was never the popular thing. It was never the popular thing. Now, I'm not saying that people like Michael Jordan that played basketball and Kobe Bryant and these people, but see, even Kobe Bryant at the practices, he was the supposed asshole. He was the guy that would say, you guys are showing up late, and you're doing these little things because you don't care about this like me. You don't have it in you to have that drive to actually do what I know that I'm capable of doing. And see, you just don't think you can do it, or you're just you're being lazy. You're just not willing to do it. You see, and I want to remind people, this is not a motivational video. I am not a motivational speaker. I am honest. I am someone willing to admit when I'm wrong. I am somebody that is willing every day when I go to sleep and I wake up, I am willing to wipe the slate clean and say, today is a new day, even though there is no yesterday or tomorrow. There's no such thing. It's just now. It's always now. It's a series of nows. But I'm willing to make a 360, and if that doesn't do something, I'm willing to do it again and again and again and again and again. I'm not talking about going on the chase or the rat race. I'm talking about doing something in my life that I actually know is me. I'm not letting the popular opinion, or I'm not letting the thoughts of everybody else on social media or whatever. See, this platform is really for individual thinkers that want to know themselves and get honest with themselves, and they take their craft seriously. You see, I do take this seriously, but I'm not taking it to the point like why so serious? You know, I'm not being too serious, and I'm not being serious at all. But when it comes to this, you know, I want to say I don't play with it, but that's really not the word I'm looking for. But what I'm saying is, when you are someone that you have something that you're doing, you have something that stirs people up. You just know that you're different. At first, you will be the outcast. At first, they'll look at you like you're crazy. At first, they'll say, this guy, he's just talking some shit on YouTube. He's just running his mouth, and this guy, he's not sincere. He's not genuine about it." See, this is how they think about themselves. See, this is how your mind's fucking with you. This is how our mind fucks with us all the time. It's always telling us, you can't do that. Oh no, I could never do that. No, that's not for me. I can't do that. See, as long as you're saying stuff like, I wanna be the best producer in the world. You know, I have a dream to do this one day. No, if you don't start saying things like, I will stir people up, I'm going to do this thing. See, if you don't start talking like that, then if you don't think that way, then you're never going to do it. If you keep saying, I want to, but see, there's always the but there, or I'm going to one day, or I have this dream that I want to do this thing one day. No, you got to completely put that to the side. You got to absolutely get rid of that kind of thinking if you actually want to do what you actually want to do. Because see, this is the problem with social media and social outlets. If you don't get the thumbs up, or you don't get people liking you, or it's not popular, or nobody's listening, then you think you fail because they're not on board with you. They don't have your vision for something. You can't expect them to change with you. I can't expect anybody to change with me. I can't expect people to like me, or to do anything to help support this platform or anything. I can't get people to do that. I can't force people. But see, here's the thing with innovators. Here's the thing with people that do things that nobody else does on this planet. At first, nobody's on board with what they're doing. See, because they don't want to change anything in their own lives. So when you go to change and you go to say, look, I'm doing this, they're going to look at you like you're being cocky, or, oh, you think you're better than me. Oh yeah, he's one of them cocky guys that's after something. He's one of them motivational guys. See, that's just because they're telling themselves that. They're just projecting on you and reflecting on you how they think of themselves. But I say, why do we keep thinking about ourselves like this? See, here's what makes no sense to me. Say that somebody's doing something that I'm jealous of, and I want that thing too. Most people will get jealous, and then they'll start hating the person. They'll start disliking the person, and then they'll keep it to themselves, and they'll hide it, and then they'll smile in their face acting like they're their friend and that they care for them and all this shit. See, this is the deceitful way to do it. This is the ignorant way to do it. See, if you're somebody that's jealous of someone, say, look, I'm jealous of you, and I want to do something similar to what you're doing, and I'm going to do that shit like you. I want to do that shit too. See, but a lot of people, that they get the way they get, and then they look at you and go, oh yeah, who does he think he is? yeah, I want to do that too, but oh, he thinks that he got it. He knows he can do it and whatever. You can do it too if you tell yourself that. See, this is what makes no freaking sense to me at all, is people that use these things in a way where they're keeping it hidden to themselves. Because, see, they're not willing to get outside of themselves. They're not willing to say, look, if I'm jealous of what somebody's doing, I even said this to Felix Skura in one of his videos. I said, look, man, I'm jealous of what you're doing. I'm jealous of your videos and how you were producing them, like the effects he was putting in there. The video was amazing. Like, he put these effects in there and then he switched up the filter, and then he was on a park bench, and then he was in his room and he was walking and there was this effect that looked blurry and whatever. And I said, you know what? I'm jealous of that shit because I want videos like that. I want to make something like that, but I'm not going to imitate that person. But I can do that too if I want it. You see, this is for people that really want something. Then you can do something. And see, this is the messed up thing about it all. When you are someone that's changing and you're willing to do something that has never been done, or you're willing to make a change in your own life or do something different, it ain't until people come on board with it and other people see that other people are on board with it, then they will hop on board with it. You see what I'm saying? And this is the messed up part about it, is because I know how this thing goes. It's just like, are you going to go and feed a homeless guy and give him water and help him without filming it and showing other people what you did? How many people would do that in secrecy? But see, you want to be known for doing it. See, you want to be known for being with the cool guy. You want to be known for being with the person that is famous. You want to be known for being with someone that has already done something that they did. And look, I'm not telling people, don't thumbs up the video, don't help support my craft, don't follow my videos. I'm not talking about that kind of following. I'm talking about people that see, there's always a double standard to everything. Every word does not mean the same thing. When I talk about followers, I'm talking about people that they only hop on board because they see everybody else is hopping on board with it. Oh, now that he made it, you see, oh, he made it, and I want to just be a part of that now. But where were you, though, when I was at the bottom? See, where were you when I was being absolutely real? Where were you when it was nobody was in the barrel? You see, the barrel was empty and I had to fill it with something. Were you there to help me fill it up? Were you there to give me support when I needed it? Were you there to do those things? See, this speaks volumes to us as people. This shows our character. This shows who we are and the things that we would do to, even though we're selfish beings, what we would do to help support ourselves as well as another person when the time is due. And I am not telling people to give me donations in this video. That's not why I'm saying what I'm saying. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. Even if somebody wants to do that, thank you, and I appreciate it. But what I'm saying is, when you're somebody that is going to change the game up, like you're going to do something that nobody's doing, and you're willing to start from complete scratch. You're willing to say, look, I'm wiping all of the slate clean in my life every single day. I'm starting over when I go to sleep, and I wake up, it's a new day. I am so sick and tired of hearing about all of us complaining about the same stuff day in, day out. It's like a routine. It's a addiction of the same negative routine all the time, of speaking down on yourself and saying you can't do anything and whatever. Look, I understand that there are there's inevitable things that are going to happen. I know that there's some things in life that aren't fair, and I know all these things happen, but us sitting around and complaining about it, us sitting and saying the same things over and over again, you say that you want the world to be different, you say that you want things to change, you say you're sick and tired, then what are we doing? What are we doing about it? It doesn't mean that I have to have a jet airplane behind me to show you that I'm changing. It doesn't mean that I have to have a tuxedo and a platinum and gold chain on, and I have to have a car behind me or a woman shaking her ass in my video. That doesn't mean that I have to do that to show you that I'm thinking different up here or making a change in my perception of reality. Because all of those thoughts, whatever you're thinking, these thoughts are literally playing with you. Are you playing them, or are they playing you? That's the question. See, most people don't even realize that they're being played by their own thoughts. I think even people with schizophrenia, I think sometimes they just don't understand, even though they might hear this stuff in their head, they haven't convinced or told themselves that it is. Now, I'm not saying people that do actually have this, there are people that have real mental issues. I even have things that go on with me sometimes that is out of my control with certain things. But I think that we just can't tell ourselves our mind's playing tricks on us. Our mind tells us things. Our thoughts are always going and telling us stuff. And it is a game. It's how you perceive it. It's, do you know that your thoughts are just thoughts? The only thing that's real is what you're seeing right now, what you're hearing right now. What do you taste? What do you smell? What do you hear? That is the only thing that is real right now. Every single thought you're thinking is not real. And when you think, I can't do this, then you're telling yourself, I can't do this. If you're telling yourself that everything's negative, then you're going to keep seeing everything negatively. That's just how it is. That is the laws of nature. That's how it is. But see, not too many people are going to tell you this because they're not willing to change anything they're doing. They're not willing to change their perception. They're not willing to change the way they talk to themselves, the way they see things, the way they think, the way they act, the way they react when they see something and say, damn, I like that, but I'm going to hate this guy because I like that thing. That is the dumbest thing that we can do. And this is what a lot of people do, and it's the problem. We don't look at it in a certain way where we say, you know what? Even if I have to start from absolutely nothing, listen, I would respect and I would want to hear the person. Say there's a musician that is just starting out, and he gets on a microphone and his volume is either too low or it's clipping because he or she doesn't know what they're doing. And they make some beat that is very offbeat and it's all over the place. If they did that and said, look, this is what I did because that's what I wanted to do and that's what I did. And they don't see it as I failed. Oh, it sucked, didn't it? This sucked, didn't it? No, see, you did it because you wanted to do it. I would respect that thing over somebody that goes to a website and gets a bunch of chords and puts it on a piano roll in FL Studio and pastes, copy and pastes loops and does all that. Listen, if you do that, you do that. But what I'm saying is, this is the problem, because this is why we don't know ourselves. This is why we don't have our own craft, because we're not willing to start from somewhere. There's no one willing to plant a seed in the minds of the people. This is the problem. There's no seeds being planted out here. It's just people going, there is spaghetti, and then there is spaghetti that's made with the sauce. Somebody added the water and cooked it and did all those things. See, most of us want the spaghetti with the sauce. We don't want to go get the spaghetti and cook it up ourselves and put our own ingredients to it. Why don't we want to do that? Fear. It's fear, because we're scared to start somewhere. We're scared to say, look, they might not like it. They might not like what I did at first. The volume might be all messed up. I might be offbeat. And this goes for whatever people are doing. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's somebody that's writing something, somebody that's making music, somebody that's designing something, somebody that's doing whatever they're doing, working out, whatever it is, whatever it is. What does it matter what they think if you have to start from somewhere? And fear keeps holding us back and holding us back and holding us back, all because we will not change the way that we think about things. But yet again, I can't expect anybody to do that. I'm the only one that can do that. I'm the only one that can change something that I'm doing and do it. And when people come on board with that thing, or they're like, you know what? That's something there. That's something. These are the ones that are getting honest with themselves. These are the ones that are willing to make a change, and anybody can do that. Anybody can make a change. Anybody can start from scratch. Anybody can start somewhere with themselves. It doesn't matter if I sold 20 million records and I was the best producer of all time and I did all these things. See, the way that you're projecting it is, oh, that guy got something that I don't. That guy's doing something that I'm not doing. Yeah, look at him. He thinks he's better. He thinks he's more confident than me. He thinks that he got it better than me. See, you're literally poisoning your own well. You're literally, if you do this, you're literally poisoning your own drinking water. You're literally poisoning the very fabric of your own mind and thinking, because if you are willing to start from somewhere, you can also do those things. And I don't hear anybody on YouTube, out in the world. I don't hear anybody planting seeds in the music community, the MPC community, on YouTube, anywhere. I don't hear it, because see, they're into the lingo of going by what's already popular. See, they're not willing to start something that no one's ever seen, no one's ever heard, something of their own that they can call their own, that they can, when they wake up, have something to actually live for, because they say, you know what, I will not live like this anymore. I won't think like this anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit. When you get so sick and tired, see, I have been projecting and self-reflecting. I have been looking at others, and I have been looking at them and looking back at myself. but I see that nobody else is doing some of the things that I say. Nobody is really talking about topics and issues and things that go on like I'm saying. Nobody's doing it. So if I don't fill in them shoes, if I don't start somewhere, if my empty barrel, if I'm not willing to fill the barrel up or open the barrel and say, look, you are a part of something unique here. This is something unique. Can you say that for yourself? And see, when you're here and you're help supporting my channel and you're thumbsing up the video, you're saying that to yourself. You, not me. You're saying it to yourself. When you thumbs up, you're going, oh, I get that. I understand. Yeah, I resonate with that. Boom. That's for me. You see what I'm saying? Listen, if we're not willing to stir people up, if we're not willing to make a change, then what do we have? We have the same stagnant, old, dirty pond water that's sitting there, and it's getting dirtier and dirtier and dirtier. Nobody's looking at it. Nobody's even attempting to go over and say, damn, that's some dirty pond water. How about we clean it up? How about we go get the chlorine for it? How about we get all the junk out of it? How about we filter it? How about we get something to filter it out? You know, how about we make the water drinkable for ourselves and other people? Come to the well. Come to the well of life while we're living life. Come to the well of life, but yet know that your death is approaching too. See, we don't look at life like this. A lot of us don't look at the world and life like this. We're so caught up in what everybody else is doing in the world. We're so caught up on what the TV's saying, what's popular, what are they going to like? See, we need to stop thinking like this for ourselves, because if we're thinking like that, this is the thing that is literally destroying the essence of uniqueness, of authenticity, of planting seeds for ourselves so that others can see what we're doing. And everybody's just hiding in fear and holding back and gossiping or talking about what's negative, and you know, the world's never going to change and everything's going to stay the same. Yes, there are some things that are never going to change here, but the things that can change here, are you and I going to change them? That's all there is to it. And I can't expect anybody to do that. I might be the only person that is actually willing to make a difference in here and in my own life and the way that I think about things. But see, a lot of us think that I have to live in a big house with a nice, Lexus or a BMW, and I have to have women shaking their asses in my videos, and I have to be flaunting money, and I gotta say, look at my chain that costs $20,000, and I gotta be jumping around, acting like I'm cool and doing all this kind of stuff, and I'm coming to, it's like, dude, if you resonate with what I'm saying, then you will see the foolishness of it all. And a lot of people know that it's whatever, but they're too involved with the whole way of being popular and fitting in with. And see, if each one of us are not individual thinkers, individual beings, individuals thinking individual things, yet communicating individually with one another. See, it's always this crowd mentality, this mob mentality, this if they're not with it, I'm not with it. If there's nothing else in the barrel, well, I'm not going to jump in. Why am I going to jump into an empty barrel with this one guy that's just saying all this stuff? Because if you jump into this barrel, your life is never going to be the same. You're going to have no other. Well, let me say that if you keep listening to what I'm saying, your thinking is definitely going to change. There's just no way that it can't. But I can't make you listen. I can't make you change. I can't make you do anything that I'm saying. And I'm not forcing anything upon anybody. I'm just saying, are we willing to look into this for ourselves? Because just look, people. Just take an honest look. Take the blind glasses off. Take the gullible glasses off. Take the popular glasses off and see what's going on here. Are you hearing what I'm hearing and seeing what I'm seeing and feeling what I'm feeling and knowing what I'm knowing? And that's what time it is. Like I said, when you don't have anything to lose and you know that the only thing left is to change, the only thing left is to be different, the only thing left is to stop beating yourself over the head with old shit. Stop speaking negatively about everything, because that's all you're going to do is stay in that negative place. And a lot of people out there, a lot of people out there are addicted. Absolutely addicted, like I was to the needle at one time. They're addicted to negativity. They're addicted to the very thing that's keeping them paralyzed. They're addicted to it, and they don't want to do anything about it while they're alive. They want to stay in their misery. They want to stay there because it's like the movie Misery. There's a lot of people that want misery around them because they're miserable. And I tell you, you do not have to be miserable here. You don't have to be miserable. You're choosing to be miserable. See, there's something that my brother had some kind of quote on before he died, and he gave it to me. It's something like, you choose whether to be happy or depressed and all these things. Now people with mental issues that really do have mental problems, I even have things myself that go on. I get in some depressions myself. But I realize that most of it is in my mind. It's my mind playing tricks with me, you see? Some of it is my brain doing whatever my brain does. But anyway, it was something about, you have a choice to make, even if you have to start over, completely over. I mean, even if you have to tell yourself, well, I don't think that way. I've been thinking negatively. I've been living negatively. I have been telling myself all the bad things for so long. I don't think I can do that. There's just no way I can do that. And I'm not going to do it, because some people, they're just, they don't want to do it. Either because they're too lazy to do it, or they don't want to change, or they don't want to see it another way. But every single one of us has a choice to start somewhere if we're tired of thinking how we think. And it just makes no sense how we complain about the very things that we won't change, and we keep complaining about those things. The very things that we can do something about, we keep complaining about. And then we complain when it doesn't go the way that we think it should go, or how it should have went, or, oh, somebody said something and got me pissed off. Now I'm going to go back to being a raging monster again and hating everybody. See, I can't think like that anymore. And I do have some very, very huge pet peeves with humans and the way they live and their bathroom manners and the things they do in their life and how they speak and how they think. But I don't hate anybody. You see, I don't like what they're doing. I have pet peeves because they don't even see what they're doing. They don't even realize some of the things that they're doing themselves. And when you have to correct somebody or you have to tell somebody or confront somebody, they don't like that because you're stirring them up. You're telling them something they never heard. You're hitting them where it counts, where it's going to shake them awake and say, oh shit, man, I've been sleeping for all this time. Thank you. But see, it's not thank me, it's thank the source of it all. And I am not the source of it all. I am just a vessel here telling you this stuff, speaking out of my lips. Don't ever think that it's me that you're going to give the credit to, that you're going to give the glory to. Don't ever give me credit or glory. All that I ask is you help support my platform and help support the channel and whatever. That's all that I ask. But anyway, besides that, I'm not getting into that topic, but I'm telling you, you are what you think you are. If you are not willing to change the way you think about this life and how you think about yourself, because you're always going to be with you regardless. You're always going to be with you regardless. So yet again, you just cannot make other people change with you. And it's not even that I am at the end of the road. I have already fell off the cliff and splatted at the bottom and sunk into the earth and have become nutrients and elements and have scattered everywhere about the earth, you know? It's not even that I'm at the end of the road or I'm about to fall off the cliff. No, I have already done that many times. I have already been at rock bottom many times. But this is not like any other rock bottom. This is a rock bottom where I know without an eternal doubt in my head, I have no doubt at all. I am 100% sure that I'm willing to change. I'm willing to wipe the slate clean. I'm willing to get honest. I'm willing to be authentic with what I'm doing. I'm willing to tell you how it really is. And if I can't have other people like that, then I have to say, look, I want the best for you. I don't wish you any harm. You're not my enemy, but goodbye. Hasta la vista. See you later. You got to go do what you do. See, I can't have that in my life. I can't have that around me. I can't have people like that around me because, see, a lot of us are carrying around this dead weight, this extra baggage that we're not willing to face. We're not willing to get honest with ourselves. We're not willing to get out of denial. We're not willing to make a change. So we're carrying around all this dead weight on our back every single day. And then when we see another person, you don't even realize it, but you're transferring that dead weight to them every single day. And then they have that dead weight on them. It's time to let go of the dead weight. It's time to change the dead weight. It's time to call the dead weight out. It's time to see the dead weight for what the dead weight really is. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. So what you're hearing here, you're hearing history. I'm making history on YouTube. That's what I'm actually telling myself while I'm here. I'm doing something that no YouTuber has ever done. You're not going to hear videos like this. Nowhere. I know you're not because I look for it. I look for it all the time. I search it out. I'm obsessed with finding others that think how I think and live how I live and see things how I see it. But I realize there's not one person because I am a unique person, like you are a unique person. But do you know that you're a unique person? See, do you know all of your little things you do? Do you know your ignorance? Do you understand yourself? Do you know the things that you're doing, the things you're projecting, the shadow figures you're projecting on, and the things you're talking about? Do you know that you're actually just talking about yourself? That is the main question here. And people who can't do that, I wish the best for you. I'm not your enemy. I don't hate you, but see you later. I don't want that in my presence at all. I don't have time for it. It's a waste of time. Now, see, people might think, oh, he's talking about me. He's calling me a waste of time. He's calling me this and that. No, you're calling yourself that. I'm not calling you that. You're saying that. You're telling yourself those things if you're telling yourself those things. Everything that you tell yourself, you're telling yourself. You're just projecting what you're not reflecting back onto yourself. That's all that it is. That's all that it is. And see, when you're someone like this and you realize how a lot of the world is lying to themselves and a lot of people are just putting on the facade and the fakery and they're just playing, they're being played by the game. See, they're not playing the game, they're being played by the game. When you see this and you see through the smoke screen and you see through it all, you see past the brick wall, you see what the TV and what other social outlets do, you see how most people are just constantly putting on this thing for other people, and that's not the way that they really live. When you see that, you can't be a part of it anymore. It's impossible to be a part of it anymore, and there's nothing wrong with that. That means you're separating yourself from the packs of people that think like that. And I would say that I want people on board. I need people here. But see, I can't even really say that because that's not up to me. I don't determine that. I can't make that happen for another person. You see, destiny is in your hands. Your reality is in your hands. Don't you understand what free will means? You can make the choice to do anything you want today. You can make the choice if you're going to walk outside right now. You can make the choice if you're going to brush your teeth. You can make the choice if you're going to change the way you think. You can make the choice if you're going to start eating healthier. You can make the choice if you're going to start from scratch with music and you're going to make it your own. You can make the choice to do or not to do these things. See, when we talk about a lot of what we talk about, it's just an excuse. We're using an excuse to not change. And we're living in fear. We're going by fear. We're just listening to others talk about fear and project fear, and then we're reflecting all that fear back onto ourselves every day. And most of us are addicted to that. We don't want to stop doing that because it's our comfortable little addiction. It's just tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what I already know. I need more of it. I'm addicted to it. And I've been doing it for so long. I'm not going to change. There's nothing to change. It's just the way that it is. See, those are the gullible people that are actually causing a lot of the things that's going on in this world. They are actually, even though we're all meatbags here, me, you, everybody, we're all meatbags here. But there's some meatbags that sit around and they just consume. They have no consideration for other people. They absolutely do nothing in their own lives. And then they blame other people. They blame the world for what's going on when it is them. It is me. It is you. It is them. It's her. It's him. It's just everybody. We can't exclude ourselves from this. Now, are you going to be in denial of that, or are you going to get honest with yourself? And when you get honest with yourself, I'm telling you, a weight will come off of your back when you start dealing with this stuff. When you start facing things and start getting honest and start saying, you know what? Yes, I do have to change because I am in this bowl of soup. You and I are the world. We are the living, breathing things on this planet. We are the thing here. We're not separate from it. It has to do with every single one of us, what is going on in this world. It doesn't disclude you somehow. And this, look, this is like I said before, to anyone that just came here. If whenever I say you, I'm saying me. Because when I look at you and I project on you, all that I'm doing is looking at myself and projecting things to myself. And when I see other people doing certain shit, then I gotta call it out. I just can't hide. I can't lie. I can't play this front game and smile in your face and act like I'm your friend and yeah, thanks for coming here and you are just awesome. You're great. And it's, I told you this the other day and I'm going to tell you again tomorrow. And we're just going to stay in our comfortable little worlds of lies and keep telling ourselves the old same negativity and positivity and like the channel and help and all this. And see, these people put this thing on. It disgusts me. It makes me want to vomit. See, I ain't never going to throw my pearls to swine. Never. I'm never going to throw what I know, what I've been through, to things that I have actually suffered through. And I know the outcomes of these things. It's very hard to explain when you're talking about this, but it's like you're either going to lie to yourself and tell yourself things and you're going to keep being in denial of a lot of things, or you're not going to do that for yourself. The change is with you. The change is with me. And don't ever expect anybody else to change with you. This is something that I had to learn in the most brutal, I had to learn this for myself. And no, nobody taught me. Nobody said, hey, Nate, this is how it's going to happen. You're going to do this and go through this, and this thing's going to happen, and this person's going to tell you. No, I forced myself to understand it. I forced myself to look into it. So anyway, is anyone out there willing to plant seeds for other people? Is there anybody out there willing to plant seeds for other people? Or is it just going to be me doing it? Because if it's just me doing it, that's fine. I made up my mind. I don't care if it's just me doing it. I'm still going to do it. To the day that I die, I'm going to do it.